Yo, what's going on everyone? In today's video, I will be showing you the ultimate solo guide to running the Acid Lab business in GTA 5 Online, which should honestly be one of the first businesses you invest in as a solo player in 2025. So getting straight into it, you need to own the Brigade 6x6 in order to own the Acid Lab business, and the best way to get the Brigade 6x6 for basically completely free is by heading over to this R on the map. Once you are over here, you'll see a yellow circle. Once you go on top of the yellow circle and click right D-pad, you'll then be put inside of the first dose mission. And after you complete that first mission, the next thing you'll see is a D on the map. This will be where Dax is located at, and all you want to do is the same thing. Go over to that yellow circle on the map over there to start the next 5 first dose missions. Then once you complete all 6 of the first dose missions, you'll see at the very end that you get paid a $250,000 bonus. So with the $60,000 that we earned for all 6 of those first dose missions, plus the $250,000, you should have earned around $610,000 by the end of all 6 of these first dose missions. But also after your 6th and final first dose mission, you'll see on the map 3 different Acid Lab equipments. So all you want to do is go over to any one of them on the map and then click right D-pad to break inside of the storage. Once inside, take out all of the guards and then get inside of the forklift. Then all you want to do is use this forklift to pick up all of the crates and load them on top of this truck. Once you load them all on the truck bed, we can then get inside of the truck and drive it outside of this storage. Then once you deliver this over to the freak shop, you are now completely done and you have now set up the Acid Lab completely. All you have to do from here is walk up to Mutt inside the freak shop and click right D-pad to install the Acid Lab equipment. From here, you just need to pay $750,000, which shouldn't be that much money since we just earned $610,000 after all of those missions. So really, you are only paying around $140,000, which is absolutely insane after you see how much money we will be making with this business. There's lots of different upgrades you can put on the Acid Lab now, but the most important one is in the Acid Lab upgrade section, and it's called the Acid Lab Equipment Upgrade. But this upgrade might show a lock symbol for you, and that is if you didn't do 10 Fooligan jobs already, because that is what you need to do in order to unlock this upgrade. If you don't know how to start Fooligan jobs, all you need to do is walk up to Dax inside of the freak shop and then click right D-pad to start a Fooligan job. From there, you'll literally be put inside of the mission, and these missions are usually really simple. For this one, all I had to do was go over to a Go Postal van, steal it, and head over to a location. And then after, I just had to eliminate a MC member. Then after, I got paid my $25,000, which is how much you'll get paid after each one of these Fooligan jobs. The only downside to doing these jobs is you can only do them every 48 minutes. As you can see, here is the cooldown timer right here. Alright, but now let's get into how the Acid Lab business actually works and how we can make money with it. So what you first need to do is of course enter inside. Once inside, you need to make sure that your supply level is completely full, which mine already is, but if yours isn't, there's 2 ways to get it full. First way is by going over to this corner right here inside the Acid Lab and clicking right D-pad to source supplies. But trust me, this option is not the best. It is quite slow because you do need to do a few of those missions to get the Acid Lab supplies all the way full. The best way to get supplies though is to walk up to Mutt and click right D-pad to buy supplies. Once you click buy supplies, this usually isn't really expensive. I think the most expensive supplies for a full set of supplies is like $60,000, but once you pay that, you'll just need to wait 5 to 10 minutes. After that, you'll literally get a full set of supplies inside the business and you are literally completely set up. And you could also do those exact same options to source supplies or buy supplies from the phone wherever you want to on the map by simply going over to your contacts and then calling Mutt. Once he picks up, you'll see you have 3 different options at the top left. You have the source supplies option, the buy supplies option, and even a pause production option. And you'll see if you hover over where it says source supplies, you can also see the current supply level percentage of the business, which I personally really love because you can see when the business is really low or super high on supplies. That way, if it's really low, all you would have to do is click where it says buy supplies like I did right here, and boom, just like that, you'll be delivered a full set of supplies to the business wherever you want to on the map whenever you want to. What I highly recommend that you do though every single day, because you can only do it once per day, is going over to this section inside of the business and clicking right D-pad to boost the acid production. Once you click right D-pad, you'll then be put through a cutscene of your character messing around with the supplies, and after you'll then see the acid production has now been speed boosted. And if you have the equipment upgrade on the acid lab and you also do this speed boost option, the business will fill up in only 3 hours with this speed boost. But like I said, the only downside is you can only do it once per day. Anyway, the last thing that you want to do with the business to make sure your product is worth the most possible money is to open up the interaction menu, then go over to where it says service vehicles and click where it says acid lab and go down to where it says product name. Most likely yours will already be at the stock acid one, so if it is, what you need to do is change it to any one of the other ones like Fool's Gold or literally any one of the other ones for $5,000, and you'll see the value of your product will slowly get a little bit higher. And yeah, that's all you have to do. After you changed it, you'll never ever have to change it again. Alright, but since we went over basically everything you need to know about running the acid lab business, let's now get into the times that it takes to fill the business once you get the supply level all the way full. And keep in mind, the entire time that this business is filling up, you could be doing other money methods like Cayo Perico, the Dr. Dre contract, or anything else. Anyway, a completely stock acid lab with no equipment upgrade will take 6 hours to fill. That same acid lab with no equipment upgrade and also speed boosted will only take 4.5 hours, and a acid lab with the equipment upgrade will take only 4 hours. But if you have an acid lab with the equipment upgrade and you also boost the acid production, that will only take 3 hours to fill the business completely full. And once it is completely full, and as long as you change the product name and have the acid lab equipment upgrade, here's how much your product value will be worth, a total of $351,000. Keep in mind, this is with no bonuses whatsoever, and to sell this, all you want to do is walk up to the product right here in the corner of the business and click right D-pad to sell. After that, you'll then be put inside of the sell mission, and I almost always recommend doing these sell missions in a public session with over 20 people in it. The reason we want to sell it in a public session with that amount of people in it is because by doing that, we can get a 2.5% money bonus for all 20 of those people. You could also do it with less people in the session and still get a smaller bonus, but trust me, just do it with 20 people, that way you can get the max amount of money bonus. Anyway, when it comes to actually doing these sell missions, it is always super easy. You'll either get the missions where you have to go over to different locations and stash the acid at 3 different locations. Which, if you got this one, make sure if there are cops around that you stash it not around the cops, that way you don't get a wanted level. Or you'll get the other sell missions where you have to go over to locations and throw a newspaper inside of bins. And if you don't get that one, the only other one you could possibly get is the really easy one, where all you have to do is go over to a fake location where it should be some fake cops, and after you go to that fake location, it will then give you the real location to go drop it off over to. Anyway, once you did complete any one of those different sell missions, here's how much money you'll get paid after you sold that full set of supplies in a public session with over 20 people in it, a total of $527,000. And whenever the business goes double money, you'll make just under $1 million, as you can see right here. So whenever the acid lab business goes double money, make sure you always take advantage. But yeah, that is now going to be the end of today's video. You now know the best way to be running the acid lab business in GTA 5 Online in 2025 as a solo player. Of course, if you went on to enjoy the video and you still haven't already, please do me a favor by going down below and dropping a like on the video if you haven't already. And of course, if you aren't, make sure you also hit that subscribe button. And until next time, I will see you all in my very next GTA 5 Online video. Peace.